So we're watching the film trailer to The Inspection.
Let's move! Come on! You will tuck it in! Aye, aye, sir! Aye, aye, sir!
You've been convicted of a felony. Are you communist?
60, 50, 40!
Are you now, or have you ever been a homosexual?
No, sir!
I will break you. I promise.
Are you in trouble?
I need my birth certificate. I need you to help me. I'm gonna be a Marine.
Marines. No, you ain't scared than two left shoes, and everybody can see it.
And more than 50 have been wounded or injured in this attack, including several American servicemen who were on patrol there.
This all I have left of the dream I held for you.
Whoa.
Real question is, why do you want to be?
I want to be a Marine.
That's not good enough.
To be a good Marine means to know thyself and seek self-improvement. That means you, damn it!
Aye, sir!
What?
They kicked you out, didn't they?
My mom, she won't even talk to me. Most of my friends are dead or in jail. If I die in this uniform, I'm a hero. Somebody.
Whole camp is supposed to break you down.
Wanna go home? If we leave, they win.
Why is this weapon your best friend, recruit?
Because it's the thing that protects the Marine to my left and to my right, sir. I could have left you at any doorstep. I am never giving up on us.
I'm interested, Michael. What about you?
Absolutely, yes. So, I mean, at first you read you read what it says, the bio, the little snippet for the movie, what it's about, and from that you gather, okay, this is a true story. This is the story of the writer director, you know. And I mean, when's the last time we saw that? I mean, what immediately comes to mind is that movie with that was directed by Denzel Washington, Antoine Fisher, right?
Yeah, Antoine Fisher.
A movie about his life. So in this way, this guy is writing a movie about his life, being young, black, male, gay, and deciding that he can save and change his life for the better by entering the Marines. Which, I don't know, Val, on the surface, that seems like a bad idea. I mean, is that where you think that maybe young black gay people should go into the military? Because as far as I remember, it was don't ask, don't tell, and I don't know what they got now. I think they're supposedly allowing people in, but it's the military. What do you think about this?
It's already disturbing to know what young men go through in entering the military in all services, and the Marines are
right.
The few, the proud.
In common with gay people, they got pride.
It's tough, and I'm seeing this preview thinking, and you can stop sharing, but I'm thinking, like, what is that journey? Like, what is that what does that look like for an armed services that is already regularly, you know, disciplined, regimented discipline for for all. But I always felt like there's no place for the black man in the white man's army. That's how I've heard that statement. And for folks that need, I want to say, either guidance and a sense of, I guess, a brotherhood, a fraternity, for some, joining the Army, joining the Navy, joining the Marines, joining some part of the armed services was probably the only thing that they had. And based on this preview, I'm thinking, if my friends are either killing themselves or dying from this fight of, number one, being a black man, number two, being a black gay man, and then not being accepted by your parents, because you see at the end of the preview, he looks at his mother, who, this is an unrecognizable Gabrielle Union. I'm not giving up on us. Very.
I find it interesting. I don't think it would have been hard to convince Gabrielle Union to be in a movie that looks at the value and dignity of a young man who is both black and gay. I think Gabrielle Union is the perfect person who, certainly from her real life, events and her own stances, and her work, with her husband, Dwayne
Ray,
and bringing up the as parents. I think she is the perfect person to bring to this space. Now, one thing that I think is really important to note here is, because we're going to look at a second trailer, is that this isn't the only movie coming up in the Chicago International Film Festival that has a military bend to it, that also features an African American. So the first time, Val the Voice and we're going to watch a trailer for Devotion.
You the only person I ever met belonged in the sky. Just remember, you belong down here with us too, okay?
All right.
The commanding officer called you one of the best pilots he's ever seen. It must be hard being the
naval aviator. Absolutely.
All right.
The whole world's looking different. Did you ever think that you'd be in a squadron with a colored aviator?
Lieutenant Tom Hudner. Jesse Brown. It's good to meet you.
We're taking a slight detour on the way home. Say again?
Wow.
We didn't find out about your wingman cruising at 10,000 feet, Lieutenant. Put him in a little bit of trouble. Who knows? We might get a peek at who he really is.
The North Koreans came pouring over the 38th parallel.
If our guys need help, and we're up. We knew this day might come.
Yet it doesn't make it any easier.
The most important thing is this. We bring everyone home.
Mistakes get us killed.
Can't tell you how many times people have told me to give up, quit, die even. That's why you can't always do what you're told.
It's a mag!
If I did, I wouldn't be here. What do you want me to do? Just be my wingman.
The real battle in all of life is being someone that people can count on.
Show off. That was pretty good. It's good.
So
Black Top Gun?
I want to say that we have, thank you, Tom, for making us interested in battle combat movies with planes. And the young man who was in the Top Gun Maverick earlier this year, Glenn Powell, did appear in Top Gun Maverick. And then we have Jonathan Majors, one of your favorite actors, Michael, from
absolutely
Lovecraft Country. So
from his work with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
So do we have a black Top Gun?
I don't know if I want to call it black. I just know that it's J.D. Dillard is of color, and he is a black filmmaker. It'll be premiering at the Chicago Film Festival. But I remember seeing an early preview of Devotion earlier this year when I went to the theater. So it's been promoted heavily, but I think this is going to be good.
You think that there might be an appetite? That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm saying. Black Top Gun. I say it position, but do you think there might be an appetite for a movie like this, given the undeniable success of Top Gun Maverick? I mean, here, Val, we just watched 2 movies that are part of the Chicago International Film Festival that'll be coming to screens, a screen near you, wherever you are watching us, sometime later this year or early 2023, that have African Americans in the military. Mm-hmm. What is this about?
Well, like I said, there have been other films to highlight African Americans in the military.
Soldier Story.
You're gonna go back there. Okay, that's
I'm gonna go back to the Soldier Story.
We could go back to one of the second people to win an Oscar, an officer and a gentleman, Louis Gossett Jr.
Sure did.
Remember that? And then, of course, I'm remembering Anton Fisher was
right. Was.
Story, and that first directorial debut.
Wasn't that clever in that trailer? So they want to describe Jonathan Majors' character, and they begin with the end sound, and he turns it into, so you're a Navy pilot? Like, that's what you wanted to say, isn't it? You wanted to say Navy, right?
Navy.
Not Navy. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch those vowel sounds. They're a little tricky. They can trigger. They're bigger triggers.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what this will do, because like I said, I believe we have Top Gun Maverick that literally kicked off the summer blockbuster season of 2022. And, Tom being a producer of that genre, that film, saying, oh, it's finished, but we're not releasing this streaming. We want everybody in the theater. And I'm apt to say, with watching both of the previews of The Inspection and Devotion, I want to see that in the theater, just based on the topic. And like I said, I can tell The Inspection is going to be emotional, and definitely Devotion will be emotional as well, but it'll be good to see what the film choices are of J.D. Dillard, who is the director of Devotion.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's really interesting. I mean, this idea of, in this case, just men. I don't see any women in these kind of early previews, but men in uniform, in that American uniform. I mean, I think it's kind of rebutting the idea of, what do you think of when you think of the American, military? What do you think of when you think of a patriot? Here are 2 examples of people who, sought something from their country. They either wanted to give to their country, or they felt that their country could give them something. And I think that's a really interesting thing. And I hope that they're good. I mean, because we've had a fair share of not that great, military movies with black people. Things like Red Tails and such other things that, weren't that hot. They made a good point, but I would rather watch a documentary on Tuskegee Airmen than watch Red Tails, if you given the choice.
The shade of it all.
Well, I mean, I'd rather see just Cuba Gooding Jr. take that gun ship, and shoot those folks down in Pearl Harbor than Red Tails. Now that's another true story that I hope at some point will make it to the big screen, because that was a African American serviceman who was only beginning to get his props and lauded out of Texas, who actually was that character played by Cuba Gooding Jr.
Right.
So
now, Elegance Bratton is a guy, and he's been a producer on several projects. I think this is kind of his coming out party of direction. And Jeremy Pope is the lead actor on that. So his background is, now I'm recognizing him from Pose, the FX series. Okay. And then he played Jackie Wilson in One Night in Miami.
Wow.
So he's in his short, time in front of the screen, he has gotten some very good. He's gotten some very good roles, and Pose is probably what he's most known for. He appeared as Christopher. I love that series, Pose, on FX, and it just opened up a whole thing. And he was also in the mini series called Hollywood. So I feel like both of these films coming out of the Chicago Film Festival are going to be ones to watch for. I'm going to listen for the awards. I don't know if it'll catch, but I'm excited. I'm excited for what these two films will bring.
Yes, and if you want to hear about some more films that are featured in Chicago International Film Festival, films that Val the Voice Johnson and I got to either see or learn more about, check us out on Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you.